dumb now, right? We just went up. Keep it, maybe you put it right like that. So when the rest of the acid comes out, the ball will handle and the top. So now we go for something like that, we put it down, right? So that over. Yeah, one more. And we can just back it up now, put it back in the bag of the red. We're not ready to name. I got one full red one time because now we're ready to. namo namaham. Right over there. Om Amrtopasta Namase Swaha. Om Amrtapidhanamase Swaha. Om Satyam Yashah Srimahi Sri Saitam Swaha. Astan Prakshalanam Samarpayami. Govindai Bhyo Namo Namaham. Because they can put that in the casket. Huh?
Yeah, we have
Take what in the left hand now. You do what is called ang sparsh. Ang means part and sparsh means to touch. So we're gonna beseech Bhagavan, God, that as you touch these different organs of the body, may they be instilled with that power. Right? Take your ring finger or 2 fingers, you can hold. Hold the 2. These 2 ones. Middle. Yeah, okay. Alright, start with the mouth. Om Vak, nose. Om Prana, eyes. Om Chakshura, ears. Om Srotram, your navel. Om Nabhi, heart. Om Hridayam, throat. Om Kantaha, brains. Om Sriraha, shoulders. Om Bahuvyam Yashophalam, Om Karatal, your body. Karaprishti. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duratani Padasva Yat Bhadram Tanasva. We say, O God, who created this universe, O radiant cause of all manifestations, do remove us from all that is difficult in our experience and all that tendencies to transgress your laws, and bring unto us all that is beautiful, benevolent, and auspicious. Hiranye Gharabhasame Vardha Tagre Bhutasya Jata Patirekayasi Saradhyan Pitavidhyamudevam Kashmai Deva Havisha Videma. We say God is the sustainer of the luminous bodies and the source of light, and He has been present even before the creation of this universe. He is known to be the sole master of all beings. He sustains this earth and heaven. Unto that blissful divinity we offer our worship with love and devotion. Om Ya Atma Bhara Bhalara Yasya Vishwa Upasate Prishyam Yasya Deva Yagya Chaya Amritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Deva Havisha Videma. He gives us the consciousness that we are souls and provides us with strength. All wise men worship Him and they obey His command under His shade. Flows the nectar of immortal bliss, and opposing Him brings us daily death. Unto that blissful divinity do we offer worship with love and devotion. Om Ya Pranato Nimishto Mahitvaikva Idaraja Jagato Babhuva Ya Isha Asya Dvibdash Chatushpade Kashmai Deva Havisha Videmam. He, through His own glory, is the sole king of this entire breathing and winking world. He controls all bipeds and quadrupeds. Unto that blissful divinity do we offer our worship with love and devotion. Om Yena Dhau Urgre Prithave Chadra Yena Swaha Sthapitam Yena Naka Yo Antarikshe Rajaso Vimana Kasmai Deva Havisha Videma. He steadied the thunderous heavens and the solid earth, and confers happiness free from all sorrow. He created the plants with bird-like movements, and caused them them to evolve in space. Unto that blissful divinity do we offer our worship with love and devotion. Om Prajapate Natvat Itano Yano Vishwa Jatani Parita Babuva Yat Kasmaste Jurushatanno Astu Vayam Swayam Pato Rayenam Om Shanor Bhadhur Janitasa Vidata Dhamani Veda Bhuva Nahi Vishwa Yaturdeva Amritam Ana Shanash Tritya Dame Adher Ayantu Om Agni Supate Raye Asmin Vishwani Deva Vayune Vidwan Yushdhyasmaja Juharanamino Bhuyashtane Nam Uktam Vedimam. We say, O Prajapati, O Master of this entire creation, no one except you can control the creatures of this visible and other invisible world. May those desires for which we come to your shelter be fulfilled. May we be masters of earthly and heavenly riches. He alone, O man, is our brother, creator and lawgiver. He knows all names, regions, and beginning events. In him our deliberated soul, moving about at their own free will and enjoying the essence of eternal life, sustainer in the third state of consciousness. O Agni, lead us unto that path of wealth of liberation, for you know all pathways leading in your direction. Remove from us all sins that lead us astray. Again and again we offer your words of salutations and prayers. Om Agni Mile Purohitam Yajase Deva Mitrajam Hotarang Ratnadatanam Om Sana Pitava Suna Agni Sopayano Bhava Sachasvana Swaste. We're saying, we praise Agni, we praise him who has been present even before this creation. He is the glorious Lord of this cosmic sacrifice and is worthy of our worship in all seasons. We praise him who is the creator and supreme sustainer in all the jewel-like plants that decorate this cosmic drum. We say, come to us sweetly and readily, O Agni, as the Father comes unto his Son. Unite us, Lord, with yourself and with bounties of this world. For Swasti. Swasti means peace. So we are asking Agni Devata, which is the fire, and the fire of the crematorium is called Kavya Devata. The fire of your stove. It's a different form of Agni because they're doing different purposes. So we pray today that as that soul transgressing this earthly plane, may there be supreme bliss. Om Manadi Deva Nityano Shankha Chakra Gadadara Akshare Pundari Kaksha Preta Puksha Pradho Bhava. Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sambhara Mama Satru Vinashaya Deepajyote namastute. Om Achmanyam Puna Achmanyam Sri Surachmanyam Chasamurpiyami Bhyo Namo Namaha. Om Sri Amuk Pretyasya Terajie Rajkumar Bhyo Namo Namaham. Om Bhurabhuva Swadhauraviva Bhumina Prithiviva Vadavina Tasyaste Prithivi Deva Yajni Prishte Agni Manada Manadaya Dare. Om Udbudhaya Swaragni Pratijagrahitva Mestapurte Samsri Jitamayancha Asmin Sadaste Adjutarasmin Vishwadeva Yajmanascha Sidata. Kindling this fire that prevails earth, sky and heaven, I pray that I become broad in vision like heaven and richly abundant like earth. O earth, many stages in ancient times seated on your surface, perform this sacrifice. May I acquire wholesome food. Be awakened, O divine fire, and watch over my life. May both you and this sacrifices together accomplish earthly and heavenly deeds. In this life and in future lives too. May all wise men and the sacrificer be seated together for a noble cause. Om Mayanjit Mayatma Jata Vedase Niridhaswa Vadadaswa Cheda Vadadaya Jasma Prajaya Prashubhi Brahmavarchase Nanadena Samedaya Swaha Idamagne Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Say, O Jata Vedas Agni, O divine fire, present in all creations, this, my body, is a fuel offered unto you. Be kindled with this fuel and make us shine in our lives. Become enhanced and make us go forward, enriching us with noble offsprings and comfort in life, proper food, and with brilliance of divine knowledge. This offering is made from the depth of my own soul unto Jata Vedas Agni. This is no more mine. Om Samidagni Duvasyata Gritena Buddhayata Titim Asmin Havya Jotana Swaha Idamagne Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om So Samedaya Shoshise Gritam Tibram Jotana Agne Jata Vedase Swaha Idamagne Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Onto this well-kindled blazing fire, onto this Jata Vedas Agni, offer the supremely purified essence of your personality. This is truthfully unto Jata Vedas Agni, and no more mine. Om Tantava Samandiru Kritena Bharadayamasi Prehashochaya Vishwe Swaha Idamagne Angirase Idam Namama. We enhance you with sacrificial kindling and our purified essence. O Agni, blaze forth in brilliance and vigorously burn onto the impurity in this my body, offered for purification. This my body offering is truthfully unto Angiras
It is no more mine. You see, it's form the key. So we will be going to put more deep for the more someday, right? Actually, that's too much. Just one drop into them, and then the remaining drop is going to go right? Om Ayanjit Mayatma Jata Veda Siddhi Nidaswa Vardaswa Chira Vardaya Jasma Prajaya Prashubhi Brahma Varchase Nana Dina Samiraya Swaha Idam Agnini Jata Veda Se Idam Namama Om Ayanjit Mayatma Jata Veda Snidaswa Vardaswa Chira Vardaya Jasma Prajaya Prashubhi Brahma Varchase Nana Dina Samiraya Swaha Idam Agne Jata Veda Se Idam Namama Om Ayanchid Mayatma Jata Veda Se Niradaswa Vardaswa Chira Vardaya Jasma Prajaya Prashubhi Brahma Varchase Nana Dina Samiraya Swaha Idam Agne Jata Veda Se Idam Namama Om Ayanchid Mayatma Jata Veda Snidaswa Vardaswa Chira Vardaya Jasma Prajaya Prashubhi Brahma Varchase Nana Dina Samiraya Swaha Idam Agne Jata Veda Se Idam Namama Om Ayanchit Mayatma Jata Veda Se Niradaswa Vardaswa Chira Vardaya Jasma Prajaya Prashubhi Brahma Varchase Nana Dina Samiraya Swaha Idam Agne Jata Veda Se Idam Namama. Show you sign, right? This is east, so which will become east first, right? Then in front here, then we go there. So every time you take another, right? Om Anum, in front here. Om Anumate Anumanim Yaswa. Om Saraswate Anumanyaswa. Om Deva Savita Prasubhayam Prasubhay. Patim Bagai Divyo Gandharva Ketapu Ketana Punatu. Vachaspatim Vacham Naswaradatu. We say, O Deva Savita, inspire my life of sacrifice onwards, and inspire me the sacrificer to attain fortune. The divine water sustains my body and wash my thought clean of impurity. May these waters indeed purify my thoughts and understanding, and may the Lord of speech sweeten the words that I utter. Om Agne Swaha Idam Agne Idam Namama Om Somaye Swaha Idam Soma Idam Namama Om Prajapate Swaha Idam Prajapate Idam Namama Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idam Namama. One you throw some other, one you throw key. So which comment? Yeah, you come. Mix it up, and you will use these three fingers. So you take a little bit, and you want to, right? You throw this side, because you want to brace up on it, and then you throw it to the next side. That's perfect, yeah, that's true. You throw a little bit, can I turn around? So you don't want to brace up. Yeah, you throw this side. Om Surya Jyote Jyote Surya Swaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyoti Varcha Swaha. Om Jyote Surya Surya Jyote Swaha. Om Sajurdevena Savitra Sajuratreta Vartya Jushana Suryavetu Swaha. The divine sun possesses light, and this light shines in the rising sun. The divine possesses splendor, and this splendor shines in the rising sun. Light resides in the divine sun, and the rising sun reflects its light. The divine sun is in harmony with the rising sun and the brilliant dawn. May this beloved divine sun be realized in me. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Pranaya Idam Namama. Om Bhurguvaya Pranaya Swaha. Idam Vavya Prana Idam Namama. Om Swaraditya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Aditya Vyana Idam Namama. Om Bhurguva Swar Agni भायवायदित्येभ्य प्राणपानभ्य इदं नामम ओमापो ज्योतिरस्वमृतं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरों स्वाहा ओम यामेद देवगणा पितृक्षुपासते तयाममद्य मेदगणं मेदं कुरु स्वाहा ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुर्दानि परस्व यद्भद्रं तनस्व स्वाहा ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुर्दानि परस्व यद्भद्रं तनस्व स्वाहा ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुर्दानि परस्व यद्भद्रं तनस्व स्वाहा ओम अग्नये सुपदाराय अस्मिन् विश्वानि देव वायुनहि विद्वन् युज्दास्मज्जूरनामीनो भूयिष्ठने ते नमः उक्तिं वेदिम स्वाहा Unto earth, sky and heaven, and unto the corresponding fire, air and sun. With their functions of energizing, removing pains and making the world happy, do I make this truthful offering. In the performance of this sacrifice, I have sought to discover the secrets surrounding. They have all been truthfully described in this sacrifice. May they all become known to me. O radiant Lord of knowledge, make me knowledgeable today with that same knowledge which the company of learned men and fathers of wisdom strain to attain, so that I may indeed know you and the world. Take away from my mind, radiant Creator, all tendencies of transgress your laws. Bring unto me instead all that is beautiful, benevolent, and auspicious. O radiant Lord of light, lead me unto the right path, that I may attain the wealth of liberation. For you know all the pathways that lead in this direction. Separate sin from me, for it all leads me astray. Again and again I offer you words of salutations and prayers. Om Agnaye Swaha, Idam Agnaye Idam Namama. Offering into the fire, we give to the north direction. Next one. Om Somaye Swaha, Idam Somaye Idam Namama. We offer to the south. Om Swaha, Idam Prajapade Idam Namama. We make that offering to the center. Om Indraye Swaha, Idam Indraye Idam Namama. Agnaye Swaha, Idam Agnaye Idam Namama. Om Bhurvavya Pranaya Swaha, Idam Vavya Pranaya Idam Namama. Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha, Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idam Namama. Om Bhurvuva Swaragni Bhayavadityebhya Swaha, Idam Agni Bhayavadityebhya Idam Namama. Let us all join in the Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurvua Swa Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurvua Swa Swaha. Om Bhurvua Swa Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurvua Swa Swaha. Om Bhurvua Swa Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvua Swa Swaha. Om Trayambikam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarkumiva Bhandana
Mitro Mokshe Yamamrita Om Bhurvaswa Swaha Achmanyam Shurachmanyam Sri Punachmanyam Jasmurpyami Bhyo Namo Namaham.
You can do tree offerings, what we meant. You want to separate that tree? Separate that tree. The tree, almost equal shapes. You can make it equal, that's fine. Just pick up what you can, and the rest we just use when we go in the basket.
We say, O soul of life, the holy King of kings, O God of all the regions, high and low, O Lord of joy, whose glory nature sings, who shapes the earth and lets the mortals grow. We seek thy blessed feet to meditate upon thy glorious form of holy light, which drives away the gloom of sins we hate, and make the souls of righteousness people bright. My heart, O Father, meekly prays to thee, to win thy grace, to make me good and wise, and bless my kind with knowledge, full and free from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies.
First one. No, that's this one. Alright, first of all.
Om Sarvavai Punaram Swaha.
Second one. Second one. The exact.
Om Sarvavai Punaram Swaha. Om Sarvavai Punaram Swaha. We say all is perfect, all is complete. Indeed, all is final. All is complete. May the perfection and completeness of this ancient Vedic ritual become a part of my prosperity and personality.
You're going to stand and take this into your hand, whether you can pick up.
Om Purnamidam Purnamidam Purnaja Purnudakshate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Sarvavai Purnagam Om Sarvavai Purnagam Om Sarvavai Purnagam Swaha. Om Vidamasi Vidamai Dehi Om Bhalumasi Bhalumai Dehi Om Tejasi Tejumai Dehi Om Ojvasi Ojumai Dehi Om Manjurasi Manjumai Dehi Om Savasi Samai Dehi Om Gangajanam Samanityam Kasham Kalshovidam Devasyaj Manyoditam Pritiyartam Pate Grahitam. Praying to Agni Dev. Agni refers to fire, and we made offerings into the fire. The fire is that consumer. Anything we want to burn, we burn into the fire, and that fire removes and breaks up everything into its equal elements. Air goes back to air, water goes back to water, space goes back to space, or ether. What has to go back to earth goes back to the earth. Om Tanpaya Agniyasi Tanman Me Payi Om Ayuda Agniyasi Ayur Me Dehi Om Varshudaya Agniyasi Varshu Me Dehi Om Agni Yanme Tanva Unam Tanva Aprinau Om Edam Me Deva Savita Adadatu Om Edam Me Devi Saraswati Adadatu Om Edam Me Ashvinau Deva Tatam Pushkar Sajao. We say, Agni, you are the protector of the human body. We ask that you protect my body. O God, you are the giver of long life unto me a long and healthy life. O God, you are the source of brilliance. Let your brilliance radiate on my face and purify my mind. O God, help me to resolve any deficiencies I have in my personality and sustain the kind of divine intellect in me, that I become one of pure and noble character.
back the head, drop it inside. Take again. Right? Alright. Take a little bit, put it inside. It doesn't have to be same spot. When you reach back here, you put it inside, right? Okay. Go ahead. Huh? Just all you and run. Everybody's picking up again, everybody's dropping. Right? Right? Wait. That's not it. Ready? Oh, let's go. Om yani kani च पापानि जन्मन्तर्कृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं परे परे ओम चला लक्ष्मी चला प्राण चला जीवमंडलम चला चले चा संसार धर्महि एक ही निश्चलम. You drop right here, right? Okay. ओम यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तर्कृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं परे परे ओम चला लक्ष्मी चला प्राण चला जीवमंडलम चला चले का संसार धर्म ही एक ही निश्चलम. ओम यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तर्कृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं परे परे ओम चला लक्ष्मी चला प्राण चला जीवमंडलम चला चले का संसार धर्म ही एक ही निश्चलम. यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तर्कृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं परे परे ओम चला लक्ष्मी चला प्राण चला जीवमंडलम चला चले का संसार धर्म ही एक ही निश्चलम. ओम यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तर्कृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणं परे परे ओम चला लक्ष्मी चला प्राण चला जीवमंडलम चला चले का संसार धर्म ही एक ही निश्चलम. The siblings, grandchildren, children, nephews, nieces, brothers, brothers. No, the other way, of course.
good? Yeah. Yeah, it's already where I tapped. You want to start? No, it's fine. It should be okay. You can't see? Yeah, still here. All right, good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone here present and online as well for coming out to give respects to our beloved Sheila. At this time, I would like to call Raj, my father, and the youngest son, to say a few words.
Dear friends and family, thank you all for being here today. Whether you're with us in person or joining us online. On behalf of our family, thank you for your calls, messages, prayers, and support you shared during this very difficult time. It truly meant more to us than words can express. My name is Raj, and I'm the youngest of my mom's 6 children. Today, we are here to honor and celebrate the life of my mother, a beloved mother, sister, grandmother, great-grandmother, nanny, mother-in-law, friend, and truly gentle soul. Her given name was Terajie, but most of people she was simply Sheila. John. To us, she was mom or ma or nanny, sometimes Sheila gal. To her brothers and sisters, she was lovingly known as Dee. Our hearts are heavy with grief, but they're also filled with gratitude. We were so blessed to have her in our lives. When I think of Mom, I think of kindness, her warm smile, her calm presence, and the quiet love she shared freely. She never needed many words. You could feel her love just by being near her. Mom had a quiet and humble nature. She never looked for attention or recognition, but she was always there when someone needed her. She listened patiently, offered comfort without judgment, and supported others in her own gentle way. Her strength was steady and unwavering, the kind of strength that holds a family together. She was the second of 13 children, born to Komal and Jagrani Kesram, and she grew up in Cornida Ida on West Coast Demerara, Guyana. Family was part of her life from the very beginning, and that love for family stayed with her throughout her life. She was married to my father, the late Devchan, and together they built their home in Stewartville, West Coast Demerara. Their home became the heart of our family, a place filled with love, strong values, and memories that we would always cherish. Dear Mom embraced her many roles with devotion. She was a housewife and a seamstress. She made good embroidery and rumal for people, always caring for her family in quiet, meaningful ways. She was a loving mother to Sita, Prakash, Devi, me, and our late brother Deo and Bharat. She was a proud grandmother and nanny to Samantha, Sean, and Matthew, and a joyful great-grandmother and nanny to Aiden, Adrian, and Ariana. She was a loving, caring mother-in-law to Vilma, Caroline, and late Roy. Mom was a sister to late Perlin, Chico, Ruby, and Sono. And she is survived by her siblings, Jeff, Indy, Muni, Ramdat, Kem, Papu, Narayan, and Ganesh. Her bonds with her brothers and sisters remain strong and meaningful throughout her life. In 2000, Mom immigrated to New Jersey, USA, where she lived with my late brother and my sister-in-law, Vilma. My late brother, Bart, and my sister-in-law, Vilma. They cared for her lovingly and made sure she continued to enjoy a full and meaningful family life. In 2000, she moved to Georgia, where she lived with my sister Sita, my niece Samantha, her husband Oliver, and their family. These years were filled with love, comfort, and the closeness of family around her. Mom lived her life with grace. She gave far more than she ever asked for. Whether it was a kind word, a quiet prayer, or simply being there to listen, she had a way of making everyone feel valued. Her wisdom didn't come from long speeches, it came from the way she lived her life each day. One of the many of us remember fondly is her love for her religious books, the Gita, the Ramayana, and others. Reading brought her peace and comfort. And honestly, the only time you would ever hear her get a little upset is when those books weren't in her room. You would hear her call out, "Sita, where is my book? Give me my book." That small moment says so much about who she was: gentle, faithful, and grounded. As we say farewell to Mom today, we hold on to lessons she taught us: patience, humility, compassion, and the importance of family. Even though she is no longer with us physically, her kindness, her spirit, her teachings, her love will remain with us always. I want to offer a special thank you to my sister Sita, my niece Samantha, her husband Oliver, for the love, care, and dedication they showed Mom during her years in Georgia. And also to my sister-in-law Vilma and my late brother Bharat, who cared for her with the same love when Mom lived in New Jersey. Our family is deeply grateful to all of you. Mom, we'll miss you more than words can express. Thank you for the love you gave us, the sacrifices you made, and the quiet strength you showed every day. Your legacy of kindness, wisdom will continue to guide us always. Mom, thank you for loving us so quietly and so completely. We will carry you with us in everything we do always. Rest in peace, Ma, and God bless you. Thanks.
Love you, Mom. We'll always love you forever. Rest in peace.
At this time, I would like to call Auntie Indy to come up and say a few words. Of course, it's all yours.
Raj, no one can beat what you just said about my sister. She was everything and that. That is the sister we knew in every single way. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I would just like to say a few words of my beloved sister, Sheila. She was a very gentle soul. She was intelligent and had a quiet demeanor. She was an avid reader, like Raj said, and we knew that she read a lot. Most times I would call her, "What are you doing?" "I'm reading my book. I'm reading my book." She does that all the time. Yeah. She was her father's daughter in looks and demeanor. When I look at her and when I listen to her, I can see my father in her. I remember as a little girl visiting her in Leonora during August holidays and spending time at her home when Bharat and Sita were just toddlers. I did so more often when she moved to Stewartville. I can remember as soon as we arrived at her home, she would send you straight to the fridge, "Go get yourself a cold drink," because she knew it was hot when we came there. Her fridge was always stocked with food and drinks. She was a very good accountant, and she ran her household finances with precision. She taught me some of those things. I remember when she became ill, our parents would take her to several doctors, hoping to find a diagnosis and cure for her. She lived a full life, was dedicated to her family. To Sita, your mother was lucky to have you for a daughter. You took good care of her during her final years. To Sam and Oliver, Sita would never have been able to do that without your help and assistance. You were always there to drive her to the doctor, to pick up her prescriptions, to do the shopping, whatever she needed. And oh, I can never forget, every single year, I would get a picture with that birthday card, that birthday cake that she would buy and take pictures and send for us. She always had a birthday cake every single year. That much I remember. As she grew older, our conversations became less and less, shorter and shorter, because she was having problems speaking. And I would miss that more than ever. Not being able to talk to her, not being able to say things that I want to say to her. But thanks again, Sam and Oliver, for being there for my sister. And to Adrian and Ariana, she always talks so much about you. I know you're going to miss your nanny very, very much, but you've always been there for her. Rest in peace, my dear sister Sheila. We would miss you so very much.
At this time, I'd like to call Ganesh up to say a few words as well.
After my nephew's speech, Raj, he sums it up all in a nutshell. Good morning, everyone, and Jai Sitaram. My name is G.P. Kumal, the youngest of 13 children. however, not so young as you can see. Well, what can I say about my dear sister Sheila? She was the second eldest daughter, next to my eldest sister Perlin Kaladin, of my late parents, Budram Kumal, Jagrani Rampal, of 5 Kanaida Dam, West Coast Demerara. She was one of the best Kumals, next to my late brother, Chico. She was my parents' pride and joy. Every quality she had reminds me of my late father. There aren't enough words to describe her greatness. She was beautiful inside and out, full of nothing but love and kindness. She will be missed dearly, especially on those weekends, to check in to see how she was doing. Mahadeo, wherever you are this morning, you know I don't ask for much. Dugama, today's your day. My sister was a wonderful daughter, sister, and mother. May you find her Jiu Atma a peaceful resting place, as she deserves nothing but the best. Rest in peace, Sister Sheila. We love you. If there's anyone in this room that knows this prayer, kindly join with me. Lita, Chandra, Pamela. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukandi Pushti Vardana Urvakarufan Mitrumukshi Amrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukandi Pushti Vardana Mitrumukshi Amrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sukandi Pushti Vardana Mitrumukshi Amrita. Hari Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Love you, Sister Sheila. Rest in peace. Thank you.
Yeah. As being the youngest of my mom, I didn't have many years with Nani, but like, I always wanted to think people could live forever, but it's just not the reality. I wish I had more years to talk and to know her. That's all I want to say.
I remember when I would always go to Grammy's house. Even though me and Nani didn't talk a lot, I would always remember going over, hugging her or saying hi, and she would always hug back. Even though, like, I'm the middle child, I didn't, like, get much time with her, as much as Adrian did. And I would always remember, like, her just being, like, on the chair waiting or in her room reading. That's all I'm gonna say.
And as my sister and brother said, I am the oldest, so I did have the most time with her. And, you know, when I was younger, I don't remember much, but, you know, Grammy, and she loves to remind me how when I was a baby, she would always try to stretch me, make sure I was real flexible, which I don't know if that really translates well now, but, and she would always rock me and sing, I remember this though, Dodo, baby, Dodo, for like hours on end, and I mean, it would work, I'd be knocked right out. She would always make an effort to talk to me. A lot of people said, you know, towards the later years, it was a little bit harder for her to talk, but you know, anytime she came down, she would always try and make an effort. And even though it's hard to understand, I tried. I was always trying to be attentive towards her and whatever she had to say, but even when you couldn't hear the words, you could feel the love, like everyone else was saying. She always had a schedule. I remember for lunch and dinner, always come downstairs when I was little, and I had a lot more time to spend there. I'd spend hours on end at their house, and I remember her walking down the stairs and pacing back and forth, always having her schedule for eating and when sleeping and stuff. And Grammy, she was always very attentive to make sure that she followed that schedule really strictly. She would always be pacing back and forth, making sure to get her steps in. She was very particular about a lot of things, but I think that just showed how, even when it got harder to stand up and walk up the stairs, she'd still make her way down and up. And it says a lot. So I miss her. I love her, and I wish I got to spend more time with her as I got busier with school and stuff, but she knows. She knows.
Whoa, I'm not even sure what to say. I didn't really grow up with Nani. I grew up more with my dad's side of the family. But I remembered going to her house, and as my uncle said, and as Auntie Indy, Uncle Ganesh said, she's just always been, she had the hugest heart of anybody I know. But what was so important and what I'm so grateful for, everybody said thank you to Oliver and I, but it's really thank you to her for me to have the last 16 years where I saw her almost on a daily basis, being able to spend that time with her. And as the kids said, what I'm the most grateful for is they had that opportunity with her and her helping us more so than us helping her with the kids, and as Adrian said, stretching him, bathing him, rocking him for hours on end. I used to walk in and be like, Nani, put him down. She's like, oh no, he's asleep. You gotta hold him. So for that, I'm always gonna be grateful. I miss her so much when we go in, and as Adrian said, at 12:30, she's down for her lunch, and then around 5, she's down for her dinner. There are days, sometimes you come in, the first thing I'll be like, Ma, is Nani come down yet and eat? Oh no, she's still reading upstairs. Like, every time I walk in, it's like, where is Nani? Or what's Nani doing? Is she done? That's gonna be incredibly difficult to walk in at home and knowing she's not there anymore because she's been a fixture there. I think for us, there are days, some days, as they said towards the end, she wouldn't say much, but I don't know, I was her favorite. I think probably Adrian was, and then behind Adrian, it's probably Oliver, because there are days I would walk in and she would look at me. She wouldn't say anything, but as soon as Oliver would walk in that house, hi, Olive, I'm like, you don't see me here? Like, but we're grateful to have had her with us for the past 16 years. And Nani, we're gonna miss you and we love you so much.
So Nani was like just my little favorite person. I used to just love going over to the townhouse and just checking in on Nani, seeing if she needed anything, if she was okay. She would walk up and give me little hugs and little kisses. She would just light up when she saw me. I would go upstairs and check on her and make sure she was okay. If she had her books, if she had her TV, anything she needed to be fixed, anything needed to be done. And I gotta tell you, man, like the last few weeks have been tough going to the hospital and seeing Nani. But I did everything I possibly could do to make sure she had family there. She knew people loved her. We spent a lot of time with her. And I'm gonna miss Nani a lot. I mean, it's just gonna be hard to go up and see that room, see her chair where she normally sits and have her feet stretched out. I mean, like one of the last memories I have of Nani that just I want to imprint in my mind is when Auntie Davy was at the house and Nani had her cover on and she had her feet stretched out, and I walked up the stairs and her whole face just lit up and she was so happy to see me, and I gave her a hug. And I never thought that was going to be the last time we would hug each other. And it was just a few days before she went to the hospital. So I'm gonna cherish that moment for the rest of my life. I love you, Nani.
At this time, I would like to invite anyone who would like to say a few words about Sister Sheila to come up if they would like.
It was with very deep and sad heart I have to pay tribute to my dear Sally, sister-in-law Sheila. I always know her as a very intelligent lady, like we all know. And she had a mark of refinement in her speech, always very calm, words, common sense, and with knowledge. She was always like that. Maybe she got many of these qualities watching shows like Jeopardy and The Price is Right. Yeah, when we call her sometimes, she was on the TV, watching those shows. Many times on her birthday, when we call her, always tease her, "Do you have a drink?" She get that contagious laugh and said, yes, I'm having a drink today. But she was also a Ram Bhakti, a devotee of Lord Ram. I guess she spent all of her days reading the Ramayana. A few years ago, when we visited her here at her home in Cumming, we were looking for her. Where is Sister Sheila? We went upstairs, and we looked in her room, and we caught her red-handed reading the Ramayana, dedicatedly. She gave us that smile, that little turn of face and give us a smile, that sweet smile. As a Ram Bhakti, I would like to devote this bhajan to her. Lord Ram, the seventh avatar of Vishnu, came in this world. He was born into the Raghu Vansh family. Raghu Vansh. That's why he was also referred to as Raghunath, Raghuvir, and Raghunandan. This bhajan is in honor of my sister Sheila and in devotion of Lord Ram. Shri Ram Chandra Ashrit Parijata Ho Samasta Kalyana Guna Virama Sita Mukham Guru Chancharika Nirantaram Mangalo Matanur. Jai Raghunandana Jai Siya Ram. Jai Raghunandana Jai Siya Ram. E Dukha Bhanjana Tumhe Pranam. E Dukha Bhanjana Tumhe Pranam. Jai Raghunandana Jai Siya Ram. Jai Raghunandana Jai Siya Ram. Bhata Bhata ko e Parameshwar. Sneha tumhe sikhilate. Bhata Bhata ko e Parameshwar. Sneha tumhe sikhilate. नर नारी के प्रेम की ज्योति जग में तुम्हें जलाते. ओ नया के केवन हारे जपू मैं तुम्हारो नाम. जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम. जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम. तुम ही दया के सागर प्रभु जी. तुम ही पालनहारे. चैन तुम्ही से पाए बेकल मनवा सांझ सकारे. जो भी तुम्हारे आस लगाए. जो भी तुम्हारे आस लगाए बने उसी के काम। जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम। राम नाम सत्य है, राम नाम सत्य है। शीला साली, आपके श्री राम को शांति में जा. Go in peace to your Lord Ram.
Final prayer, right? Before we proceed to the final prayers, I want to ask a final time if anyone would like to come up and say a few words. Now would be your chance, and then we'll proceed to the final prayers. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, there. Just wanted to give a note that after the cremation is completed, at 3 o'clock at the family home, there will be a prayer, a ceremony. The address is 1710 Indian Way, Cumming, Georgia. Once again, 1710 Indian Way, Cumming, Georgia. There will be a prayer service at the family home at 3 o'clock. And everyone is welcome, of course. Right after the cremation. I guess they're all good. Prayers of viewing. All good? Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. No, sorry.
Wasn't sure if you read it or not. My humble Sitaram and Namaste to each and every one of you. My bereavement to the family of, I would say, Auntie Sheila. Or Sheila, right? Auntie Sheila. The time of death is a very sad time, and it's a time when we call unto the name of the Lord. And we're requesting that, oh Lord, oh Bhagavan, please take this soul into your bosom. Join with me for a few prayers. Om Asutoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. We say, O Lord, lead me from untruth to truth. Lead me from darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge. And lead me from the experience of death of the body to the awareness of immortality of that soul. Tumeva mata cha pita tumeva, tumeva bandhu cha saka tumeva, tumeva vidya dravinang tumeva, tumeva sarvang mama deva deva. We say, oh Lord, you are my mother, you are my father, you are my kinsman and you are my friend. You are my knowledge and you are my wealth. Indeed, you are my all, my everything. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhugnaktu, Sarvevam Karavavahe, Tejasvina Vidhi Namastu, Ma Vidvishavavahe. May the Lord protect us both, preceptor and student. May He nourish us both. May we work together with great vigor. May we both acquire brilliance of our intellect through our studies. May we not hate or envy one another. Let there be peace in the body, mind, and spirit. Om Sarvesham Swaste Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalang Bhavatu. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhave. Hari Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. In this life that we live, we have options. We have choices. If we're invited to go to somebody's home, we're invited for a wedding, we're invited for an engagement, we have a chance of saying, no, I can't make it. Or next time. When death comes to our door, there is no second chance. There is no next time. Or I can't make it. That's an excuse we can say. And in our life, there's a couple of times when someone does prayers for us. When we're a baby in that womb and we're being born, prayers are said by someone for us. And after that, as you go through life, you pray for yourself. Or you are present when the prayers are being done. You're alive. There's life in your body. And when you die, someone else has to say prayers for you. That's the 2 times. It tells us in the Ramcharitamanas, Bhare bhagama anushatana pava, sura duralabha sabha grantana ghava, sadhana rama mokshatana pava, paina teri jabaloga sahara. We are born into this human birth, this life, for a purpose. You buy a piece of furniture or equipment, you have instructions how to assemble it. You're born into this life here. Our instructions are our scriptures. That's our instructions, how we must live this life. We are here together on earth because we were here before. We had a past birth. Reincarnation is nothing new. Go to YouTube, you'll see how many people have reincarnation. Everybody talks of past experiences. We live our life, but when we leave a legacy. Whatever we've done in this life, that is the legacy we leave. There was a guy in our scriptures, his name was Ajamil. And he thought that, you know what, I want to befriend the Lord of Death, Yamraj. And why do I want to befriend him? Because I want to know when death is coming. That was his purpose. So he made friends with Yamraj, and he says, Yamraj, I am your friend. I want you to tell me, give me notice when you're coming. Yamraj says, okay. And as time went on, he would think that I didn't get a message, my time is not yet. And he went through life until one day, the messengers of Yamraj came and said, we're ready to take you now. He told the messengers, I have an agreement with Yamraj that he will tell me before he takes me that you can't take me now. And he says, go talk with Yamraj. So Yamraj came, and then Ajamil says, you are my friend. We had an agreement. You were supposed to tell me when you were coming, but you just send your messengers to take me right away. Yamraj says, I sent many messages to you, but you didn't pay heed. As you were getting older, you were getting gray and you were losing your hair. That was a message. You started losing your teeth. That was a message. You started losing your ability to walk. That was another message. But you did not pay heed. As we go through life, let us pay heed to what needs to be done now. What needs to be done now, we need to do now. What needs to be done tomorrow, let us do it today. Because we're not sure if we're going to live for tomorrow. It tells us in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita that Punarapi Jhanam Punarapi Maranam Punarapi Jhanani Jhatare Shayam Iha Samsara Bahuda Sare Kripa Pare Pahi Murari. It says again and again we take birth. Again and again we succumb to death. Only to lie in the mother's womb again.
This sansar refers to the ocean of birth and death. Process is very hard to cross over. Please save me, O Sri Krishna, O Murari, through thy infinite kindness. That is what we pray to God for, to save my soul. Because at the time when I have to leave, my soul should be with you. The soul is called the Atma. And God is referred to as Paramatma. We want the Atma to be part of the Paramatma at the time of death. We have a bucket of water, and we take a drop of water and drop it into the bucket. And we ask to find that drop that we just let go. We can't find that drop. It's mixed in. That is how our life is with God. It says, don't think of Auntie Sheila here as gone away. Her journey just began. Life holds so many facets. This earth is only one. Just think of her as resting from the sorrows and the tears in a place of warmth and comfort where there are no days or years. Think of how she must be wishing that we can know today how nothing but our sadness can really pass away. And think of her as living in the hearts of those she's touched, for nothing love is ever lost, and she was loved so much. This is what we're praying for. She has touched many lives. I'm listening to everyone say their experiences on the earth with her. And from what I've learned is that she was a very knowledgeable person. A person who reads books is a knowledgeable person. A person who passed through life and has life experience is a knowledgeable person. So we are knowledgeable in different ways. So we pray that may that soul that she had within her be a part of that supreme soul. May she be one with God. Can we all please stand for final pratna? Please join with me, those who can join. Om Tumeva Mata Cha Pita Tumeva Bandhu Cha Saka Tumeva Vidya Dravinang Tumeva Sarvang Mama Deva Deva Mantrahinang Kriyahinang Bhaktihinang Janajanam Yat Pujatang Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadastu Me Papohang Papa Karmahang Papi Atma Papa Sambhuva Trahimang Pundade Kaksham Sarva Papo Haro Hare Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Saksha Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Om Anadi Nidano Deva Shankha Chakra Garadara Akshare Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Pradho Bhava Ram Nam Sacha Hai Ram Nam Sacha Hai Ram Nam Sacha Hai. Please take your seats. We will perform the final viewing. And as you view, we ask you to proceed outside. The crematorium is to the back, so we'll be going out and walking around. I'll give you final instructions to the pallbearer. But whilst you're doing your final viewing and heading outside, we will do our concluding part that we have to do. Hari Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Thank you very much. We can start from the first row, or except you guys want to wait last. The family wants to wait last, and then everybody.
And just to confirm, everyone is welcome to the house right after the cremation. Yeah, it's 1710 Indian Way. And for parking, parking is a bit difficult on the street. If you park on the street, it's at your own risk. There's an aquatic center just before you enter the street, Pilgrim Lake. You can park there. It's a 5 minutes walk to the house, and/or we can arrange rides for people, pick up if you can't walk to the house, just to mention.
girls